Hello guys, my name is Nine and welcome back to another video. Before we get any further, if you guys are new to the channel, please drop a like and subscribe as it greatly helps everything that I'm doing here. Today, we are remastering an older design on my channel named The Ghost. The main improvements are as follows. I reworked the starter unit to include more storage, I increased the defendability and loot storage of the open core, and finally, I remade the entire shooting floor to have much better angles against raiders. And I did that for almost the exact same build cost as before. Now, onto the cost and upkeep of the base. Alrighty guys, looking at the cost now, we're looking at 83k stone, 94k metal frags, and 313 high qual. Keep in mind that I've obviously spammed garage doors and all that, so that metal is a little higher. Now, looking at the overall upkeep of the base, it is 17k stone, 19k metal frags, and 42 high qual. You're going to get about 22 hours on main TC and multiple days on the externals. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the tour and then the build. Alrighty guys, before we actually get on with the build, we need to look at the base as a whole. So coming into one of our externals here, opening this up, there are two of these kinds of externals at 1300, 1100, and then two that are 2.1k stone and 1.3k metal frags. So overall, the externals are very light. Okay, showing you how to disconnect the external here. Simply grab a twig roof and place it like so. And then that, obviously, as you can see here, disconnected the external. Breaking the twig. And then re-upgrading to the desired grid like so, you're connected back. Now, obviously, a little bit of a weird foundation right here, so excuse me on this. Jumping into our compound here, we have some basic peaks. Nothing crazy, just to give you a little peek into your compound if ever needed. And obviously these gatehouses have turrets below, as do those. So running over here, you'll see that we have a bedroom and a battery combination. If you know me, I really like these. Having a battery and compound is really good for powering some of the unusual stuff. If you want to do like lights or maybe sirens or like any of that anti-raid weird stuff if you're an electricity whiz. It's really nice to have. And also, compound spawns are amazing. And then obviously, auto turrets below. Now, I'm actually going to run back here for a second as I almost forgot the bedroom that is actually through the base here. So as you can see here, using this as honeycomb and then just having a little bedroom here. There's two beds, locker, super simple, just an extra bedroom spot. Utilizing the honeycomb to the best of our ability. Okay, going into our main entrance over here. Up and to the left will lead to our open core, and through to the right will lead to our starter unit. Now be aware this entire starter unit is actually honeycombed, and our main TC cost, I know a lot of you have been asking about it, so it's going to be about 23 rockets for our main TC. Now that may seem cheap, but main TC in a base like this doesn't really matter, as none of the loot is down here. This should be all of your prim clothes, your depot storage if you need it, tier 1 stuff, whatever you just don't feel like moving to the open core. So obviously going over and through to here, you'll see that here's our main TC upkeep. Now when you actually move the resources out and all that, you're going to get about 22 hours on this TC. So almost a day, it's good enough for almost any group nowadays. And obviously, as you can see here, I've just done tons of storage. Obviously I haven't even maximized it. You can put small boxes, ramps, you can do tons of small, whatever you want. It's all personal preference. And then obviously, last point, touch on tier 2, bags, and vending machines if you want to flex. Okay, going back out and up to our open core, we're met with drop boxes on the little ramps, and obviously our open core. Right away you'll notice that these ramp turrets are staring directly at this jump up, so no matter what, if you're trying to come up and into this open core, it will be hard for raiders, ghosters, you get the point. And then obviously this loot room is different from the old one, as the old one only had 2 loot rooms on each side. Well, this one has 3. That also allows us to have an extra ramp peak turret up here that watches almost every open core loot room just beautifully. So as you can see here, 8 large boxes per loot room. We got 6 of them, so we got 48 large boxes in this open core. It's really efficient, really good, just all around. And now obviously, tier 3 in the middle, just to partition the little thing, just a little bit. It doesn't block any angles. You can still obviously get shot from right here no matter what. You can't really hide no matter. So, without further ado, let's keep going up and throughout the base. Up here we have a little core peak, nothing special. You can glass window this off, whatever you want. Coming over here, this is our alternative way to shooting floor that also has a locker for quick rekitting. and some peaks. And before we go further into shooting floor, I'll give you a sneak peek. We'll go up the normal way. Okay. This will be our core peaks. As you can see here, we have 8 beds and 6 lockers. And then furthermore, we have 2 batteries on each side. So 4 batteries in total. Okay. And obviously core peak turrets that also are dual purpose. They hold this floor and they hold the open core. Going through, we have a little partitioned area, like so. We'll have our auto turrets and just tons of peaks, whatever it has. Little door peaks that are really nice now with the crouch meta. And still, obviously, beautiful wide gap peaks, nonetheless. And I'll stop showing them off here and just keep looking at the shooting floor. I have 6 turrets on the shooting floor, just for those of you that like to know that information. Okay. Going back up to this jump up again. We have some either depot vending machines or shop vending machines, whatever you have it, for a roof. And we have 2 vending machine bunkers on a roof. These are to increase the raid cost. Just overall, you can put more of these down or less of these down if you want. It's personal preference, man. And obviously, closing it up like so. I'll show you how to upgrade this. Make sure you have twig. Place your ramp like so. Come over here and open it up. Nice and easy. And destroying it yet once again. Now we have 6 turrets on the roof. I'll fly up here so you can see all of them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. And under each turret, there's actually a bedroom on every single side. So nice and simple. And then apart from having the beds, there are tons of peaks on the roof to peek into compound, to peek everywhere. You can get little angles like this through. You get the point. It's good angles all around. Everything is nice. All right, without further ado, let's actually get into the build of the base, as there isn't much more to talk about. However, if you do have questions, comments, or concerns, please join my Discord and ask away there, or ask in the comments below. I do not mind. All right, guys, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, for those of you that like to see the footprint beforehand, here it is. So this high qual foundation is where our TC was, and everything around it, as you can see, it's just simple. This here was our starter unit where my little crosshair is there. These were the bedrooms that went to compound like so. These were our entrances and jump ups right here. And obviously we have our wide gap shooting floor. Then last to touch on is our masonry disconnectables on the outside like so. Okay, let's actually jump down here and build the base. Okay, starting with a singular square, I'm going to have build grade onto stone to save me a lot of time throughout this build, and I will be using a little bit of symmetry, so please slow down the video if you are having troubles. I don't want this to take too long. Okay. Simple 1 square starter unit is all you need. Expanding out to a triangle, a square, 3 triangles, we can wall almost the entire thing in. We can add another double door here. This, if you have a glass window early, it's nice to do, but we'll be expanding more, so this won't matter too much. This is where our vending machines will go. Now this area will become shelves. And obviously I won't be adding doors from this point out, so you need to add doors at your own leisure. This is where a window will go. Okay. Triangle, square. Next loot room. And like I said before, this is just maximized loot space. Okay. 2 more triangles, followed by a square. And then like so. Moving that for a second just to get a shelf in. And as you can see here, it's just a very long door path to our TC. Just be a little loot room. Last drop boxes. Now obviously you can take this entire space and change it to something else. You can actually bunker this entrance, but I thought people would get more use out of just a normal kind of thing. And then this right here is a furnace spot. So I'll place a few deployables here just to show you how everything goes. If you have a single armored door at any point in the wipe, this is a great spot for it. Obviously, box loot rooms here. And we're going to place some deployables just so you guys know where everything goes. Spam garage doors throughout this entire pathing whenever you have the metal frags. And if you are a deeper group, I suggest taking over one of these square loot rooms as just only furnaces. So putting like 9 furnaces in if you know how to do that. And coming through here. And obviously I'm not placing them perfectly, I'm just placing them good enough for me. And obviously, sometimes you gotta move a little box for this loot room. It's a little weird, but boom. Okay, it's all good. Little shelf in here, and finally our TC boxes. And obviously, it doesn't have to be pretty. You just do it simple. Get all your storage down and get it good. So to actually place these vending machines, you have to remove this window first. Come over here. I like to upgrade this foundation to sheet metal, so I have a guide. Look at this middle line right here. And I want you to line up the far right of this vending machine with that middle line. Same with the next one. Far right, squish it as far left as possible then, as close to that other vending machine so it overlaps down there. Okay, coming to this side and disabling broadcasting. If you haven't already, place your tier 2 here. Perfect. And then if you want to stop the noise, place an embrasure, like so. That's a little trick if you haven't known that. At this point, this is your entire starter unit down. Spam doors throughout this entire thing. What to upgrade first, come over to this compartment and just straight up upgrade it. Come to the outside of your TC compartment and honeycomb it. Now coming to the top here, I'm gonna honeycomb this as well. Square triangle, this will be our bedroom, our compound bedroom. And I'm going to sheet metal the entire what would be starter unit, so you can understand how this works. And apologies for me messing a few upgrades and doing them wrong. It happens. Okay. And I personally did it which side? I do my left. Okay. Now obviously I have a few little tricks to make this a little easier on myself. But left right here is going to be our locker, and we'll do it like so. Okay, as you can see here, this is practically the entire starter unit done. I'm going to toggle on symmetry here to make it a little easier from here on out. But we're going to be placing from our single door airlock, or single door here, 3 triangles, and our windows with a jump up to the next level. And as you can see, symmetry is working, and it's doing the exact same on the other side. Okay. Obviously, door this off the second you can, and glass window this off the second you can. Okay. Okay, expand to the next level like so. Walling off so. And just placing a little door path. This will never be upgraded past stone, it doesn't really need to be. Okay. Coming to here, I want to sheet metal both these sides like so. If you have the sheet metal early, this is an amazing time to use it to not waste any metal frags, or stone rather. Build these 3 squares 2 high each. Grab a half wall, like so, and a ramp. Let me not fly for this to make it easier for you guys. Grab a ramp, rotate it, and lower it like so until it is blue. Now be aware, if this ramp is not placing, it means there is either someone sleeping or a deployable that is blocking it beneath. So maybe a bear rug, a person AFK in the square below, anything like that will stop these from placing. You gotta kill them, move them, anything like that. Okay, grabbing twig, place a square with a triangle through it, and triangle back, upgrading the triangle. And obviously, as you can see here, because I was placing these back, I'm gonna come to the outside and break these twig. Okay. Going back to stone. I'm gonna upgrade this like so. Cool. Placing our frames here, And if you still have the sheet metal, making the sheet metal right away will save you a lot in the long run. Okay, stone frames like so. And finally ramps. Now I'll stop flying here again for a second. Place your window like so. Come up here and cap this thing off. If you have the metal, do it out of metal. And then grab your ramp and sheet metal these right away if you can as well. If not, it's stone, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now, obviously, as you can see here, everything is taking shape. So coming down here to actually make our jump up to the next level. So going up here. This will be our wide gap entrance. So this can all be capped off. Well, this will be expanded. And then placing our brazier on here, just so people can get in. And I like to rotate it like so, just because I think it's better. Okay. Then going up one more and capping this off. Oh, do not cap this off. Apologies. Make this a jump up like so to the next level. Like so. Because this will be our wide gaps out from here on any side. And just window this for now. Okay. Next thing to build up is our honeycomb. Make sure you're on stone. And build up 2 on each. Like so. This is honeycomb for the entire base. Fill in the spots here. Now grab sheet metal. On these spots, I want you to upgrade these. These can be sheet metal right away. If you can sheet metal these right away, this is where our turrets are going to go. It's going to be amazing for online raiding possibilities. Sheet metal these walls, and then stone is fine for these. Okay. And I like to sheet metal the top of these rooms right away. Okay. Putting our frames in here like such. Okay. And continue to expand. Remember, please slow down the video at any point if you are getting confused. I know I go very fast. Okay. Grabbing batteries. These are battery spots. Make sure you place them right, like so. Takes a little practice. And I like to single door these off. Now, yet again, if you do have armor doors, put them on, but I'm not assuming that you will. So single doors are fine. Just leave them closed. You can put your electrical branches up here. You can also do a window on these. It's personal preference. Now, for placing your turrets, grab the turret, pull it as close to you as humanly possible. Don't place them all the way back like so. That's bad. You don't want that. You want the turret to be as close to you as humanly possible. Okay? Like so. And then right in that middle line, like I keep placing it. Now, obviously, there's no middle line in this, but don't worry about it. Just pull it close, and you're good. Fitting beds in here is pretty simple. After you've placed garage doors, I would do this. So I'm going to show you like this. I like to place this ring garage doors first. Placing the first bed like so. And this one should fit in pretty easily right here. Now I like to do some lockers here. Now if you have ones that are see-through, this is a spot for them, but obviously these are not see-through. You can still use this little corner, but if you have a see-through locker that does Twitch drop or anything like that, great spot for it. And yet another bed can go here, and then lockers on the ramps. Amazing spot for lockers. Just to have even more rekits. Yep, going up to here, we are going to finish off the roof by placing what would be those little vending machines. And then if you have the metal right away, upgrade this entire part. Grabbing vending machines, make sure to toggle these off the second you place them. But same rule that I had before, placing it in between the metal line. And double door. Cool. And then obviously when these vending machines are not in use, just glass window it off. So the double door, it doesn't make it a super cheap raid path. But for now it's fine. Okay. Now the next thing to do, I'm going to quick come down here and just deploy these off just for my own sanity. Just to show you how to do this real quick. And then we're going to do our externals. So at this point, you do have a defendable base, by the way. You have an open core, you get all that stuff. Your base at this point is actually very, very well off. Okay. So let's put a double door here because this is what it will be on all these slots. I like to swing all these out. Personal preference. So here, I'll give a little look at the base. before we go any further. So it looks a little weird right now how the sheet metal is on the top, but that's because that's where our turrets are and all that. Okay. Building out twig, we're gonna go 4 squares out. Breaking these 3 squares, coming back. Okay. Placing a square, triangle, 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 triangle. So. Oh, apologies. There we go. Apologies there. So off this, like so. Square, triangle, triangle. And you can break that square. Now be aware, once you break the square, these triangles will decay. So leave this square like it is right now. Grab half walls like so. Just so everything is connected. And I'll show you what to upgrade in just a second once we make the gas. Let's make this a raised foundation instead now, with 2 lowered foundations. And we're gonna make our disconnectable. Stone, sheet metal, stone. Okay. We're gonna go to twig real quick. We're gonna place 4 triangles, raised square, just to the same height that that is, and they're disconnectable. Now you can switch this out for whatever you want, but if you're doing mandatory, make sure you use 2 half walls right here. Then I personally use 2 garage doors and a single door. However, you could do a double door if you really want it. Find my garage door. Okay. Okay. And obviously, make this little jump up. I like to make this wood. This is not needed anymore. Sheet metal here. Square. Now something to note is, this won't actually place, not really sometimes, if this gatehouse isn't built up. So sometimes it'll place like I did here, but sometimes it'll bug out based on the server. So you gotta be really careful about this, and sometimes you just need to place the rest of the gatehouse like so. Obviously it worked for us there, but it might not work all the time. So like so otherwise. And then you can place this connectable. Okay, upgrading what we need to upgrade here. Oop. Sheet metal. Apologies about that. Like so. Sheet metal, sheet metal, sheet metal, sheet metal, sheet metal. And now this twig right here is what's connecting this and this. But if you don't want this twig here, what you could simply do is place the next 2 frames, which look like this. And then break that twig. And then I like to keep this here just so this foundation isn't really hard to replace. This one, just by upgrading this down. It won't mess with the upkeep either, so you'll be fine. Okay, now we're gonna do this area here. So starting with a square, triangle, square, triangle. You'll see that's a 2 triangle wide gap over here. We now go off 3 squares and break our entire build out. Okay. Now build back 5 triangles, 2 squares and 2 triangles, breaking the little triangle area. So this is what you're left with before finishing off the wide gap with 3 triangles on each side like so. And now this is what we're going to sheet metal. This will be the actual foundations that will be left over at the end. Like so. Now making the same kind of disconnectable or whatever you want. We'll do that as such. Okay. So either you can do the same kind of gatehouse you had here, or we can do it my method and we will put a bedroom / bedroom in compound. And obviously personal preference to what you want here, it's all up to you. Now putting a little sheet metal low wall here. And continuing on the entire pattern, how we showed off how this all connects. Now you can break this twig as everything's connected, and now that will decay. Okay. Coming out here, we have to obviously finish our disconnectable. So placing 4 triangles, raised square, this will be where we disconnect. And then 3 more triangles. Same kind of masonry, so using the half walls. And putting our garage doors and whatnot down. TC, obviously. And finally, breaking this little twig and connecting the bad boy. Like so. Okay, obviously it's now time for our compound, so let's do that. Now this is a pretty cheap compound going on the ground here. A little bit of practice, you just angle each one slightly inward compared to what you think you would do, and then meet the next two in the middle. It's a very cheap compound, it's only going to be 16 walls, as you can see here, 4 per section. It's mirrored, so I'm doing it twice, or 2 at once, rather. And just a little practice will go a long way, especially with this compound wall stuff. Learning how to do it on uneven terrain. There isn't too much, there's a good amount of room for error. Just look where you're going, and then you're good usually. And obviously it's a good amount of space for more than enough furnaces, deployables, whatever you want. It's all personal preference. And obviously make sure to grab yourself some metal barricades. And do these. Now obviously I'm using 3 barricades. You can use 2 barricades on these. However, the reason I use 3 is I just don't like grubs getting into my compound at all. This will help a little more than if you just had 2 barricades on. So 3, if you have the resources, is obviously better than 2, in my opinion personally. Okay, now the last thing to do here is build up the actual shooting floor, which is a little more complex than we're usually used to, so stick with me on this. Okay, grabbing stone here, we're gonna place a stone here, stone double door frame, half wall, windows on all 3 of these like so. Here are the embrasures we're gonna use personally. Apologies for placing it backwards, like so, and then a roof here. Now obviously this roof isn't placing. Some people have run into this issue in the past, so make sure you build up on each side like so, and now come over and place the roof, like so. It's a little weird thing. And as you can see here, all little placing issues, but we're fine. Perfect. Okay, coming with stone, half wall, single door, half wall, single door, giving you guys more than enough angles to look at, just so you guys know what we're working with. 2 on this side, 2 on this side before placing window. Okay. Come over here, placing these and this. Now I'm going to give you an outside view. Obviously put your single doors in here. I like to always swing them towards the shooting floor. This is what it looks like before we built it up a little more. So trying to go slow here so you can get every idea. And obviously this, how I have it upgraded, is upgrade to its final form. This is exactly what you want. Okay. Nice and easy. Continuing to build up. Apologies for making that the wrong grade. And rotating them wrong as always. Now obviously it looks a little weird, but you'll understand why in just a second. Double door frames on these guys. Oop. And capping this entire thing off. Now placing whatever embrasures you want. Now, I will say this embrasure doing a horizontal here is technically better, but I like to do a vertical personally as it looks better on the base, but for more practical use, I do actually suggest using this one here. Now placing your ramps, I'm gonna show you how to place these. So if you come to roof here, place this guy like so. Coming here, just move your cursor slowly down and wiggle it back until it works on that guy. Same with this guy, boom. For these guys, go under, triangles on both of these. And these are our bedrooms. I'll show you how to place the beds in a second here, after I do the other wide gap build up. So as you can see here now, looking very nice. Now for the next section here. Okay. Building up 2 stories. followed by just windows. Building up 1 story, half wall, window, or door. Door frames there. And then building these guys up. Coming in here. These like so, and these like so. I'm doing everything off proper. And finally, you can do triangles from all the way down here if you wish. Oh, apologies. It should be like this. To place these, you want to jump up here. Jump like so. And then it's personal preference whether you want ramps here. But if you want to do ramps, pretty cool spot for them. Some is a little fiddly, that's why I'm not doing them most likely. As you can see here, I can't place them low because the ramp is there, so just don't worry about them. But if you want ramps, this is a good spot to get a higher peek down like that. And coming from the outside, you'll see that this is beautiful and done. Obviously the base is missing windmills, so we have to do those. However, it'll just be a second. So this is where our bunkers will go here quick. So place a sheet metal wall, rotate it towards this triangle right here. Grab a vending machine and shove it, just grab it like so, like stand where I am on the edge of this triangle and push the vending machine as close to the sheet metal wall as humanly possible, right in the middle. Okay? Now obviously I can't loot this thing without grabbing twig and opening it up like such. Vending machine bunker, nice and easy, my man. Okay. Grabbing sheet metal, I'm going to show you guys where to put the maximum amount of windmills on this base if you would like to. But real quick, let me cap these off for my own sanity. Okay, so if you want to get the maximum amount of windmills in this base, it's pretty simple, but we got to show you the right spot. Now, there's a few ways to do it. The way I showed in the tour is different from this. That is the best way to get like 4 good windmills on it. But if you want to get more than 4, you're one of those people that, you know, just likes to spam windmills, which I understand. I do it. So the best spot to do those is going to be right here. And every side. These are stability points. There's no way that they hit every side on these. This way, you can get 6 instead of 4. Placing this middle one first. I believe this is the way to do it, so please don't correct. I may be wrong, now that I remember this, but it should give me the opportunity. Okay, give me a second. Apologies about this, guys. So instead of doing it there, the best way to do it is just these 4, and that's it. Okay. That's why my brain's not working. I like to do one in the middle. Apologies. So you can do 5 like this. Correct? No, okay. Never mind, it has been changed. Okay, apologies about that, guys. If you guys want more than 4 windmills, these are good spots right here. The best spot to do them next, since this isn't working for me, is to straight up build off of these and put them off of here. So I won't be showing those as they're not needed, but doing them off the gatehouses and or externals or whatever you have. But if you want to do it like this is the best way. Apologies, guys. That's entirely my fault. So last thing to show here is how to get the bedrooms on a roof to be in working order. So simply place your windows. You have to place this window from below, like so, if you want glass windowed. Grabbing a locker, shove it as far to this back wall as possible and as far left as possible, like so. Now grab a double door swinging out and grab a bed and place it in. This bed will stick out just a little bit. It can't be shot out from here, but you're gonna have turrets on a roof. I wouldn't worry about it. And obviously 6 bedrooms on a roof, pretty simple. When placing these turrets, all you're gonna wanna do is place them as far back under here as possible. And every side. And you're good. Okay. Now to talk about the next thing, because there isn't much more to do on building the actual base, so I'm gonna fly down here. I'm going to show you guys which turrets need to actually come first when you build this base, because a lot of people have asked about that in the past on how I do that. So the most important turrets in this floor right here are going to be these on every side. These turrets right here, which have the batteries on it, because these will cover the batteries, but not only, they hold the most of the open core down here, as you can see, okay? So these two are the most important on this floor. Other than those, I suggest getting these turrets right here. I obviously haven't placed them yet. These two on each side. So obviously it's mirrored, so one on this side and one on the opposite side here. This will hold the majority of your shooting floor for the most minimal cost, okay? And then if you still have more, this will be the extra options, like so. Okay, next thing for roof. The most important thing is to have 2 roof turrets, 2 open core turrets, and 2 shooting floor turrets. If you can have those 6 turrets in your base, you have your entire top half of your base secured where you can fight from and win online. So any of these turret spots, just pick 2 of them, go with it. Like this one and this one, opposite sides, that's good, that's all you need. So roof, pretty simple, self-explanatory. Now obviously, other than those turrets, and all the ones I've showed in shooting floor, wide gaps and all that, you get the point. Placing these in compound is your next thing. If you still have more turret spots, or you still have turrets because you're just insane, you're playing modded, just start putting them on these foundations, looking outwards or inwards, walling them towards different directions. You get the point, have fun with it, okay? So, the last thing to do is show you how to actually place all the boxes in such an open core and place just a few of these garage doors so it looks all flush. So, placing these boxes just like so, you're good. Grabbing your garage doors, you're good like so. And placing your boxes now. So pull this box as close and up to the left as possible. This one as close up to you as possible and to the right. Now shove this box as far back as possible and as far right as possible. Move as far left as possible. You should be able to place one in the middle like so. As far left as possible. Far right as possible. I like to place a build out and then place this directly in the middle. Perfect. Now I'm going to show that a few more times just for fun. Nice. And easy. And as you can tell here, I've placed them a few times, so I know how to do them pretty quickly. Beautiful. Tier 3, obviously symmetry is on here, so I gotta toggle it off, but throw this in the middle. Toggling it back on. Spam yourself some good old bags. Anywhere in this area. Tons of bag space for everyone on the team. Coming down to our first floor, as you can see here, I'm gonna upgrade this side real quick. But I'm gonna show you everything that needs to be upgraded in this entire core to like what should be as its final grade. So basically, I want you to, let's talk off symmetry here. Starting from here, just literally sheet metal, anything on this interior. Any wall, foundy, just do it. If you have the metal, spam the garage doors, annoy the team a little bit, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And in this compartment, if anything, you upgrade HQM along with these roof tiles like so. Perfect. And then lastly, spam the garage doors. No one's gonna get mad at you for spamming and having a door path except the raiders, and that's fine by us, I think, at least. Perfect. Beautifully upgraded core. Everything done in this regard. Place your doors, place your gatehouses, upkeep your externals, make sure all the connections are good. You know the deal. Without further ado, guys, my name is Nine. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, like I said before, please join the Discord, leave a comment. I'm more than happy to hear it. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.